It's fucking amazing. I turned gay. That's how good this movie was. It was so fucking good. I love Shazam. Holy fuck. I cannot express how much this movie was like just a fucking great experience for me.
I'm glad you got it off your chest. It's about time you came out.
Or this was like a serviceable entry into the DCEU, and it hit all the marks. It was a more or less good film, or was like either that or this movie sucks. It's fucking terrible. Who knows what it is? Let's find out. Thank you for watching Movie Pop. Let's find out what's popping in cinema. So today, you've got myself, DJ Washington, my co-host Lawrence Hamber.
Lawrence Hamber here. Hi, guys.
And we're going to be doing a non-spoiler review on Shazam, which just came out on April 5th. It's a movie we both obviously have been anticipating. We've been like really excited to see. And we've both seen it now, and so we're here to tell you what's the haps. So I was thinking about going about this. Let's start with like a little synopsis about what the film story is about. Cool with you? Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So this film had the protagonist is Billy. What was it?
Batson.
Batson? That's right. Billy Batson. He's a misfit foster home teenager who acquires magical superpowers and realizes his full potential after being chosen by a magical wizard who endows him with his powers as a part of his last dying wish. So the protagonist, Billy, is transformed into a manly superhero, and he basically learns about a journey of self-discovery and what the whole meaning behind the phrase, with great power comes great responsibility, like what that actually means.
Never heard that one before.
Is that sarcasm, my good sir? So yeah, I think that's a fairly accurate description about the film without spoiling it. Would you say?
Yeah, no, okay. That's pretty accurate. I think that's pretty much what you get out of the trailer. So
cool. So to that end, I'm gonna pass it back over to you, Lawrence. How do you feel about the story about this film? Let's start there.
I thought the story was pretty good. It's not like the best story you're ever gonna see, but like I said earlier, the DC movies have been a little bit disappointing lately, and so this was kind of refreshing. I feel like the story itself was definitely serviceable, and I think the movie scores a lot of points with the way it delivers its comedy. Yeah. I feel like the comedy was well placed. It wasn't too much. Some scenes I saw that you'd expect maybe might be not so good in the trailer actually turned out to be okay in the film. Right. I don't know if they did some cutting or whatever, but it was actually pretty well placed, which is not something you expect out of DC movies. They have not really been that funny. And when they try, it's not funny. It's bad. Yeah. So it's nice to see that they're really coming back to they're trying to compete with those Marvel movies that have been coming out, because the Marvel movies I think really strike that balance of serious, good action, funny. Yeah. It has all of them, it's kind of a nice workup. And this DC film, I think it was more to the funny side, but it did it pretty well. So sorry, I don't want to get off track here, but the story itself I thought was pretty good. I wouldn't watch the movie for its story. Like, I'm not saying it's out of crazy control, but the reason I brought up the funny is because I think the funny is what it did the best. I thought the story you're not gonna get anything that's like, oh my god, this blew my mind. The story's insane.
It was a mind-bending, heart-pumping, exhilarating experience I've never seen committed to film before.
Yeah, exactly. What you see in the trailer is what you're gonna get. If you like the story in the trailer, you're gonna get pretty much that in the film. What about you? What do you think?
You know what? I'm not gonna repeat literally what you said verbatim, but I'm right there with you. I think the story. It's. If you've ever seen the movie starring Tom Hanks called Big, which I haven't, by the way, but I know about it, and I understand the concept about it. So basically, as I understand, this is like Big, but with a superhero twist on it. Yeah. So it was a little different from your average superhero story, origin story.
Definitely.
Where you had a twist of the children being involved in that whole element. But yeah, again, it wasn't anything mind-blowing, but not that it necessarily has to be either. Especially,
Of course, doesn't make it a bad film. I want to make that clear. It does just because the story is mediocre doesn't mean this movie sucks now.
Yeah.
I don't think that it was going for a crazy story.
I wouldn't even say mediocre. I would just say it's simple. Just very simple. It's not gonna keep you on the edge of your seat. It's not gonna challenge you in any way, but it's very competent and very simple. I think is the best way to say it. And honestly, the story was without a doubt carried by the comedy present in this film, which I think it definitely hits on the mark on several occasions. So I was very pleased to see that. It wasn't like gut-wrenching, knee-slapping comedy, like where I'm choking on my own spit.
Honestly, a lot of these films, I'll watch them and I'll laugh, like the audience might laugh, and I'll be like, oh, well, it wasn't really that funny. I feel like we're kind of being forced to laugh. But there's some that were actually pretty funny that I didn't mind whether the audience was laughing or not. I just thought was hilarious, which is I feel like I'm kind of hard sometimes. Like I don't laugh unless it's
same thing.
I'm kind of a tough critic in terms of comedy, but some of that stuff you just can't help. Like you try to hold it back and you're just like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I did not experience any of those kind of moments. Did you? Like where it was just that involuntary, uncontrollable kind of laughter? Did you
I think there was like one part of the movie. I don't even remember what scene it was, to be honest, because there's a lot of comedy in this movie. It's not just like one or two.
Right.
But there were some parts where I was like, that's pretty funny. It's good. The best part is it's short, so you don't even have something happens. It's funny, and then it just goes like right into like a battle scene or something. Like they don't even let you like laugh. Yeah. There's no like those cringy moments where they're like, "Boom." You guys gonna laugh now? And it's just like, oh god, stop. Yeah. So I thought the comedy was like really well done in this one. I haven't seen a movie that's able to deliver it so well.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, to that end, I think it's fair to say, and we'll move away from this topic into the next topic I'd like to cover about this film. I think Zachary Levi absolutely is the weight of this film. He carries the whole thing. The dichotomy between a child being magically imposed into a superhero adult body, and just that whole narrative and dealing with that. I think that definitely was the funniest part of the film.
Yeah, because he's kind of playing. I feel like that's also probably a difficult part to do because you have to. Him as an actor has to portray the Billy Bats version of himself. Right. So like you need to remember how was the kid acting. Like you have to kind of reflect the way he acted as a child now as this adult person. So I feel like that's kind of tough, and I think it was done well. I think you couldn't really. It was very fluid. You couldn't. When he changed back and forth, you felt more or less like it was the same person.
Exactly. So, and I was literally just thinking about that right now. Like when you're watching this film and you're watching Zachary Levi, who plays the protagonist Shazam, who is the adult version of Billy Batson. Did you believe? Like what you were seeing on screen was a visual interpretation of Billy Batson as an adult?
I did, but I don't want to say it was perfect. There were some parts where I feel like when he is Shazam, he's very like, oh, what do you mean? With this high pitched voice. And Billy Batson is very like, oh, I'm foster kid. I'm angry all the time.
Shit.
You know that's the only thing though. Like I don't want to say. I think it was very well done, but there's just. I feel like he's more of a child when he's the adult, It's like, It's crazy because the kid is always pissed off. And I mean, I like the character. I like the Billy Batson, like when he's actually the kid. I like the kid. Like I had no really qualms against him. I think he was well written. I don't think he was always, but I think sometimes he's really stoic and really like hardcore. Like I'm angry. Or, I hate life and stuff. But But and then he transitions Shazam. He's like, I'm a super lighthearted guy, man. It's like, where did this come from?
Cool.
But yeah, it was good. It was good. That's just my only qualm with it. That's, and I think it's minor. It's not gonna, it's not gonna ruin the movie for you or anything. It's just a minor.
I hear you on that. Absolutely. Okay, so let's move on to the next couple of topics here. The bulk of which I'm going to save for the spoiler review. So let's kind of get a framework for what the cons of the movie were and the. Let's go for cons first.
We already pretty much talked about the things we liked.
Right.
At least some of them.
I'm going to say off the bat, I think this film could have done a lot better with about 20 or 30 minutes of it snipped off, because there were moments, particularly throughout the middle, towards the end of the second act into the beginning of the third act, I felt like it kind of dragged at some points.
Yeah. I definitely feel that.
Right? And I was like, I feel like some of these
I'm just like, okay,
these
get to the
narrative,
point.
yeah, some of these
Sorry.
narrative beats have been kind of like
Yeah.
already been shown a couple times, and I'm
Yeah.
like, let's move
Yeah, for
on.
sure.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For me, without spoiling it, the end of the film and how the supervillain, because obviously the supervillain's not going to win, right? How that was handled in terms of like how he was defeated, I felt like was kind of a disservice to Shazam, because this film should be central to the idea of what is the origin story of Shazam, how does he come into his own, and it should be just focused on that. And I felt like how it ended kind of undercut that.
Yeah.
Beyond those two things, that was really my only complaint.
Yeah. I feel like one of my big cons, or one of the things that I didn't really like about the movie, is that the action kind of took a back seat in a lot of the film.
Totally forgot.
Yeah. Action kind of took a back seat. If you're watching this, don't expect a Marvel level of like crazy over the top explosive fight scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, there are scenes where they're fighting and stuff, and like some of it is good. It's the level you expect,
right.
But they're very short. There's
and sometimes they drag.
But it's kind of a spoiler.
I'll be quick with this because I know you're talking.
Sure.
But sometimes, because you reminded me of this fact, because particularly with these fight scenes, sometimes they dragged on and on and on, and I'm like, okay, let's get to the point where there's a climax in these fight scenes. Like, do something. Like, wow me. And it was just kind of like...
Yeah, I don't even remember when it happened. There just isn't anything like that. It's just
something was
fighting,
happening.
And then it's now over. You don't think it's over, but it's over. Trust us.
Yeah, it was like it kind of plateaued, and then it just ended. And
right.
Yeah.
I have to say, though, I wish we could talk about this, but I loved the ending of the film. Like, the last fight scene, I loved, what happens. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Does it have to do with sound?
No, not necessarily sound. It's kind of it's related to I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah. It's just what happens towards the end of the film, like how he defeats the last guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember being particularly impressed with it, and maybe if you mention it, I'll remember it.
It's not really that impressive. I just thought it was cool. That's all.
Okay. But for me, like the whole fight sequence towards the end of the film, the thing that like really impressed me and like actually made me laugh, because it's kind of like a geeky thing to get concerned about, was it had to do with it was an audio effect, like kind of gag. Do you know what I'm talking about? It had to do with like in terms of like our perception of hearing in terms of distance.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That's like in the comedy. Like, that's really funny, and it's just, It's
almost breaking the fourth wall, because it's something like you kind of like have to overlook in terms of like most superhero films, and they're just kind of like called it out and like.
There's a lot of that kind of comedy throughout the movie.
Here's how this would really play out in real life.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Okay, for sure.
That was good. I think the whole audience in the theater was laughing at that part.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah,
that definitely made me like chuckle out loud. I'm like, you clever bastard. That's good. I like it. All right, so I cut you off. Did you want to finish up on that point before we move to our closing?
I forgot what I was saying, because we kind of took a little segue there. What was I talking about?
My
bad. No, it's okay. It's good.
So I had mentioned.
I was talking about just the action scene. I think?
Yeah, cons. We're talking about cons, and you were.
Yeah, I mean, right. The action scene was very. I guess. Adding on to the cons thing, so throughout the movie, you expect that. What I expect to go into the movie is that he gets these powers, and then throughout the movie, he sucks with them at first, and by the end of the movie, he is like this super badass guy, you know. And I know. Hold on, I'll give you a second. By the end of the film, he's kind of the same person he was when he got the powers, like. He doesn't have this. I mean, Billy Batson progresses as a character throughout the movie, but Shazam, like his powers with Shazam, he's just the way he is in the beginning is the same way he is at the end.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold in so much, man.
I know.
I'm trying to be respectful.
It's spoiler related.
It's spoiler related, and just like little things I just want to kind of add on top of you, but we're stuck for time here, and we're approaching 15 minutes, so I want to kind of wrap this up.
Sure.
So overall, Let's just close out here. Overall impressions about the film. I'm going to say it's whimsical. It's full of jokes. It's a childhood superhero wish fulfillment cinematic joyride that is slightly overlong.
I think some parts could have been cut out from it for sure. Yeah. Not too. It's not too long. It's not like we're talking a 3-hour film. Yeah. They got to take an hour off of it.
I feel
it's honestly, just a little long.
20 to 30 minutes, and honestly, that could have been dedicated to other things. I felt like the film was kind of lacking in portraying.
Oh, one more thing I kind of want to add in here. What did you think of the villain? Did you like the villain?
So, and that actually ties in directly to my closing statement. With that additional 20 or 30 minutes, I felt like they could have really dedicated to fleshing the villain out more.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like they fleshed him out that much, but I liked.
I love Mark Strong, man. So I mean.
Yeah, me too. I think you only see one glimpse of him in the trailer. I didn't even know he was in it. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So the movie, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but it's not really that much of a spoiler. The movie opens and it shows kind of initially what happens to the villain. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens, because I don't want to spoil anything. But so the movie opens and it just kind of shows you some stuff that leads to that, which I liked. It does have some villain development, which is nice, because I was sitting there trying to figure out like who and what is happening. Like, this is like. I'll just stop there. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil anything.
All right, so then let's close. I've got my overall statement already mentioned. What were your overall impressions about the film? And let's keep it to a minute because we are over 16 minutes, 30 seconds now.
Okay. Overall, I liked the movie. I thought it was good. I even rated it, I think, above Captain Marvel. I think it was better than Captain Marvel. It depends what you're looking for, though. So Captain Marvel, sure. I think, was a decent movie. I know you kind of hated it, but I thought Captain Marvel was a serviceable Marvel movie, and the fact that we have a film that I think, in my opinion, is probably better than a Marvel movie as a DC film is already a huge achievement. Not that there weren't before, but I think overall a lot of the DC movies have been lacking. There have been a couple good ones, but overall they've been pretty lacking. So it's nice for DC to have a win finally. And I love the DC characters. I think they're all great. Yeah. I think a lot of people do. A lot of people do, and it's been really disappointed they sucked. So I'm glad it's good. I thought the movie was great. Definitely go see this movie. Yeah. Do we want to wait on our scores? Do you want me to give you scores now or come back?
Spoilers, yeah. Spoiler review will be forthcoming.
Huh? No, scores.
Oh, scores. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's throw some fucking scores out there. 5 boners. All right. I have 5 bags of popcorn. Sorry.
Whoa, what's going on here? I would give this one a 4.5 bags of popcorn. I think 5 is like the Jesus of filmmaking. I don't think that's what this is.
4.5. You always correct me, and I'm like, you know what? You're right. Yeah, 4.5. It wasn't perfect.
I was bringing back to reality. Got to bring him back. He'd get everything a 5 if he could.
Yeah, I really would. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd give the probably like an 85%, 4.5 bags of popcorn.
Yep, for sure. All right, guys. So that wraps it up for us. We're going to be coming back with a spoiler review, probably about a week from now or so. I'll leave it at that, but make sure, please, hey guys, listen, we are a brand new YouTube channel, obviously. We would really love for you to comment below about what your thoughts about this film were or what your thoughts about our whole presentation here is. We are all about social media engagement, so either myself or Lawrence will be engaging with you directly, and we would just really love for that. Obviously, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff to our YouTube channel primarily, and then you can find us on Instagram at MoviePopOfficial, and then you'll have to look us up on Facebook for MoviePop because we can't get a URL yet because we need likes. So if you're watching us, like us on Facebook so we can get that URL.
Please, it helps us a ton. Thank you guys. And like you said, definitely let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, about the film, about us, anything. All great.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. We've been told we have voices for radio, or faces for radio rather, so if we need to wear a mask or something, like, it's cool.
I can wear a mask. I'm totally cool with that.
Like that. It's all right.
No problem, guys.
All right, guys. I'm DJ Washington. Thank you for watching Movie Pop and finding out what's popping in cinema.
I'm Lawrence Hamber. Thanks for joining us.